I think EB3 is really one of the best kept secrets in the immigration business. I worked on a lot of different immigration programs, but mostly focused on the U.S. And I think a lot of people think it's very difficult to immigrate to the U.S. or that it takes a lot of money to immigrate to the U.S. So when they hear about the EB3 program, sometimes, they find it hard to believe. It's too good to be true. But I'm here to tell you that it really is true. We've helped a lot of families through the process over the years. And it is a program that has been around for 30 years. So it is a real program, and it's a great opportunity. It doesn't take a big investment or a college degree or a lot of qualifications. So that's what we want to talk about today, about how you and your family can migrate to the U.S. and get permanent residency, or sometimes we call it a green card. So we call this, kind of the Live Your Dream program, because it really is about living your dream. With that, this means that you will be moving to America. That's part of the commitment, and you'll be living the American dream in America. So let me bring up. I just want to ask everyone, you can see my presentation, right?
Yes, it's good.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes I do this, and I talk for 10 minutes and no one sees the presentation. So I like to ask. So again, Georgina did a very nice job introducing me a bit about our company. We have offices around Asia, and we've expanded into the Middle East and to South Africa in the last year. And that way, COVID was good for me in some ways. It made me reach out to more partners around the world. But Asia is still our main focus. And Georgina is our key partner in Indonesia, Singapore. And again, I'm located in Vietnam. I've been in Asia for about 25 years, a long time. I came here very young. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy helping people move to America. So what is a green card? Sometimes you hear that expression a lot. You say, oh, he has a green card. But what does that mean? A green card is actually permanent residency. And permanent residency means that you have the right to permanently reside in America. Or in other words, you can live in America forever. Your children can live in America forever. Your children's children can live in America forever. So it's permanent residency, and with a very clear pathway to US citizenship. So once you get your green card, as we call them, after just 5 years, you can apply for a US passport if that's what you want. If you do not want a US passport and you want to keep your Indonesian, your Singapore, your Vietnamese passport, you can also do that. So it gives you those options. What does a green card actually get you? What are the benefits? Oh, I want to, let's see if I can go backwards here. So I always like to show a photo of a green card, because people ask, why is it a green card? And that's because the card is green. That's but there's two things about your green card. First of all, to travel to America, you will go to your local consulate once you've been approved for your green card, and they will give you a travel visa, an immigration visa, put that in your passport, and then you go to the US and you'll actually pick up your little green card. It's the size of an ID or a driver's license, and again, it's green, and that's why it's a green card. Some of the benefits of being a permanent resident: you can live anywhere in the US, you can work anywhere in the US. Of course, with this program, the first year or so, you'll be living and working at where your job is at. But you do have, but your family, you do have that flexibility to live most anywhere, well, anywhere in the U.S. and eventually work anywhere in the U.S. Your children have access to the free public education in elementary and high school, local tuition prices for university. You have access to the U.S. healthcare system. And, you know, something interesting also, if you have a child in the U.S., your child is automatically a U.S. citizen. So just by having the child in the U.S., even if you do not have citizenship or a passport, your child will. So that's one of the benefits. So what do we actually do? We call this the Live Your Dream program. And the Live Your Dream program is really about four things. One, it's about immigration. It's about you and your family, you know, actually moving to the US and, you know, being committed to this move and, you know, getting a permanent residency, maybe a citizenship. So it is about relocation. It's this one of the key parts of this particular program is that you do have to relocate because you'll be working in the US for at least for about a year. But then of course you have the right to travel in and out of the US as you like. You know, after 1 or 2 years, if you decide you want to move back to Indonesia, that's no problem. You can still maintain your permanent residency in America. You should continue to have connections with America, but you're not required to live forever in America. So sometimes I think people imagine this big move that maybe they go from Indonesia to America and they never go back. They have to say goodbye to their families. No, it's not the case. You can always travel back and forth. You can, after you work for a year in America, you can spend 3 months, 6 months in Indonesia. So you have the rights to move around and a lot of flexibility. And that's the great thing about being a permanent resident. You're not required to live full time in America. And me, Pearl Bay and our partners, we support you on every.
Hello, Tyrone. What's going on?
Sorry, I think.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, it just. What happened?
The share screen is gone.
What happened? Is it just me and you? Anyone else out there?
Yeah, I can see all the participants.
Oh, okay. I think I just had a technical issue.
The share screen is gone.
All right, let me share again. Okay. This is technology in the days of international webinars. I think it's still very amazing we can still do this. All right, so again, we're here to help support you. From starting today, helping you maybe choose a job that is fitting for you in a location. Helping you gather your documents, helping you prepare your application to the U.S. government, and working with you all the way until you get your approval. And then once you go to America, we're there to help you also. Let's see. I'll show that. So we have people on the ground in the U.S. who will help you, pick you up at the airport, have recommended apartments for you or a house to live in, help you open bank accounts, help you get a cell phone, get your internet connected. Our partners will even help you get a MasterCard, an American credit card under our brand name, so that you can, because that's very important to have a credit card when you land in the U.S., a local one. So, it's then the next question normally is, well, how long does this take? How difficult is this to achieve? And the answer is, it's actually a very fast process. considering you're going straight to permanent residency. You're going to get a green card right away. So the first step is, you consult with Georgina and you choose some of the jobs to look at. But the basic immigration process will take you about 2.5 years. So we start today, and basically we go through some US government applications. That takes about 6 months. And then you get an approval. That'll take, the first approval, that'll take about 6 months, so about 1 year. After that, you'll go to the US consulate, do an interview at the US consulate, and then travel to the US. So again, it's a very straightforward program. You apply for the job, we help you collect your documents, and then you'll actually do a virtual interview with the employer. So you'll get to talk to the person hiring you. And you know, that is important, not only for you to present yourself to the employer, but also so you could see the employer and think, you know, is this a person I want to work for? I think it's very important. And if for any reason you say, no, I don't like this person, we can help you. We can move to another job, right? We can look. So the interview, think of it as two ways. One way is, yes, you are interviewing for a job, but you're also looking at the job itself and the people. So you have a chance to ask questions about what you'll do and, you know, and what kind of work environment it is. So that's very important. And we can do that like we're doing now, right? Through Zoom calls. You know, how amazing this is, you know, compared to 10 years ago when I started. You know, people really didn't see anything. You know, it was a lot of trust, but now, you know, social media and technology, you can communicate with the employers more. You can communicate with people, you know, on the ground in the US. Some of you might have family in the US already, and, you know, they could check out the job situation. And, you know, really, you could do more research so that you have more confidence and you don't only have to trust. And, you know, we're very proud of the program we put together. And, you know, we're happy to help you do any research that you want. And we encourage that because we want you to feel very confident when you start on this project. So after the interview, they will offer you a job with maybe just a short employment letter, you know, saying, okay, this is your job position. These are the basic hours you'll be working. This is how much you'll be paid. This is how much vacation time you have, etc. Then after you get the job offer, that's when we start the immigration process. And again, that will take, you know, 2 to 2.5 years. But that, you know, time goes very fast, you know, and you'll have a lot to do because you're going to want to start preparing, you know, a move for you and your family. You're going to want to start, you know, thinking about what you will do in the US, where your children will go to school. So time goes fast. Once you're approved, then you actually relocate to the US. And again, we have people on the ground there to give you support when you land. You know, we'll spend 2-3 months with you. You have access to us to, you know, help you settle in with your job, into your new house, into the new schools for your kids. But really, once you land, you can begin working. And also, more importantly, you get your green card. And that is a permanent green card on that day. And something I always like to remind people that, you know, you'll be receiving a job offer that will last 1 year. And, you know, we hope that, and we think these are very good jobs and very good employers. And we hope that you have that you work with them for a very long time and you grow with their companies. And, you know, you can move around in the company and do different jobs. But if for any reason, you know, the job is not suitable for you, or you find that the job's just maybe not what is not a safe job or something, you are not required by law to stay at that job. And I want to make this clear because sometimes people think, oh, you know, I have to work at this job. What if the boss is very mean to me? if that is the case, you have the right to leave this job. You should notify your immigration lawyer, notify us, and we will inform the U.S. government that this job did not work out for you, for what reason, right? And then you are free to do anything you want. Now, remember, if say your spouse is free to work at any job he or she might want to. So let's say you're the husband, you take the job and you're working at the hotel. Your wife, maybe she's an engineer. She can apply for any sorts of engineering jobs she wants in America. After 1 year, you can also apply for any job you want in America. But I want to make it very clear, your immigration is not necessarily tied to this job. So again, the employer has spent money on you, bringing you to America. So we encourage you to work there for forever. We think these are great opportunities, but in no way are you forced to work there, and no way that anyone can force you to work there. And that's the American dream. You have the right to work anywhere you want, your children to study anywhere, to start your own businesses. So you have the freedom all the great freedoms that America has to offer. So what are some of the requirements of this? The good news is that there really are not many requirements. There's an age requirement. It's 18 years old. So you must be at least 18. However, there's no maximum age. So they don't say, there's not a cutoff at 50 or 55 or 60 or 70. So everyone over the age of 18 can apply. There's no language requirement. However, we do think it helps if you have some basic English, so you can communicate with your employer. So if your English is not, if you don't have strong English skills now, while you're waiting that 2.5 years, we recommend that, take a few English classes, do an online course, go to a local English school. We could very much help you assist with that, because it'll help to speak the language when you go to work in America, and also when you're living in America. You can't have a criminal record, or a clean immigration record. So what this means is major crimes, not small crimes, not if you have a traffic ticket or small crimes like that, but like major crimes like that you went to prison for. Even then, we can consult with an immigration attorney, and they would judge whether that crime was a serious issue or not. So, but minor crimes are not a problem. Immigration record. When I say clean immigration record, that does not mean, if you ask, but I applied for a tourist visa and I was denied. That's okay. You still have a clean immigration record. You were just denied a travel visa. That means, were you ever kicked out of the U.S.? Did you ever commit visa fraud? Did you lie? Did you, a very common one is a fake marriage, right? You lied about marrying this person, and it was found out it was a fraud, and you had to leave the U.S. So anything, if you've really been deported or thrown out of the U.S. before for crimes or for immigration, that would be an issue. But if you've just been denied a visa, any type of visa, that does not affect your immigration record. That happens to lots of people. That does not. That's not a big problem. And we always say, one of the most important things is a good attitude and a commitment. It's really can't say that enough. That when you go to the U.S. consulate, they'll see it just in the way you act when you do your interview at the consulate. Are you excited to go? Are you really committed to working in America? Moving to America with your family? So it's something you really have to want to do, and have a strong desire to do, and be happy to do it. Right? This is something that it's a big opportunity, and it's a big change. So you have to be excited and be very positive about it. I think Americans particularly tend to be very optimistic people. And, we really like other people to be optimistic. So I think that's one of the key requirements. But that's basically about it. It's a very straightforward program. Oops. Again, it's just a summary again of what I just said. The more specific requirements, you'll get a police report saying that you have a clean criminal record. You'll get a medical checkup, which is pretty easy. There's clinics around Indonesia that you can go to, and they will have a form that fills out. You don't have to have any previous work experience or education. You're not required to show any amount of money. So it's very straightforward. Okay, so let's go over those steps again. So you've got the job. Now we start collecting your documents. And by that, we mean your family's personal documents, passports, birth certificate, marriage certificate, medical checkups, these type of documents. If they're in a foreign language, we need to translate those into English. But we'll guide you through all of that. Okay. Again, then once you get the job offer, we go through the immigration process, which I've already outlined a bit. Okay. Again, you relocate to America. You begin working with your green card. Okay, because now once that you realize that you qualify, and I think probably everyone on this webinar today does qualify. If you're over the age of 18, basically you will qualify. So then the next question is, well, where am I going to work? What kind of job can I get? So currently we have jobs in 4 different locations. One is in the state of North Dakota. This is a state very famous for oil and farming. We have jobs in Georgia and Tennessee, which are very beautiful parts of America.
Tyrone, can I ask for can you repeat the process chart?
Sure.
Yeah, someone asked. It's better before you go too far. Yeah.
Okay, so let's summarize one more time.
Yeah.
It is. It's very important that you know the process. It's fairly easy. So we gather your documents today, in the next couple of weeks, and then you interview for the job. The employer makes a job offer to you. With that job offer, then we make a couple government applications. There's an application to the Department of Labor. There's an application to the Immigration Services Department of the U.S. government. When all of that that will probably take maybe about 1 year, let's say 18 months maybe total, to get your approval from the U.S. government, from the U.S. What's called USCIS. It will take about. So that will take a total of about 1 year if we started today. And at that point, then you go to the U.S. consulate. You go to the U.S. consulate and you do your interview. After you do the interview, they approve you at the consulate. They put a visa into your passport that you then travel to the U.S. And it's very important that once you do the interview at the U.S. consulate and they put that visa in your passport, you have 180 days to travel to the U.S. To pick up your green card. So you have 6 months and you have to go. And everyone in your family who's going to get their green card has to go to the U.S. So you have 6 months from the date that you do your interview at the U.S. consulate. But then, you're in the U.S., you start your job, you're 5 years from a passport, you're living your dream. And we can discuss this in more detail, of course, too, maybe a one-on-one conversation. So, okay, again, about the jobs. So a few locations, North Dakota, lots of oil, farming. It's a very beautiful place. It's not very expensive to live. So it's a good place to kind of move to for the first year when you're working. Texas, which is a big state. It's also very famous for oil. It has some very big cities. However, like Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. We have jobs there. And then we have jobs in Georgia and Tennessee, which are also very nice places to live. We've tried to find locations where it's comfortable, they welcome people. The cost of living is not too high. So it's, while you move your life to America, you're not spending so much money that first year while you're just kind of starting out. Keep the costs down a bit. So let's look at the actual, some samples of actual jobs here. Okay. These are actual jobs that are being offered. And the job that you will actually apply for will be very similar to this. But here's some very good examples. So this is a job in North Dakota, cleaning hotel rooms. It's a full-time job. You make about $12 an hour, which that would be about $30,000 a year. And it's a basic it's a basic job where you're cleaning hotel rooms. You're taking care of hotel rooms. And I always say this to people. They go, well, maybe I don't want to clean hotel rooms. You don't have to clean hotel rooms forever, right? That's just the first job that you're getting. The U.S. They need these jobs filled, and that's one of the reasons why they give you a big prize to come and do some of these jobs. So in no way do you have to stay in the same position forever. Maybe you're already skilled at managing hotels. You've done it before. Maybe you start as cleaning rooms, but maybe in 6 months you're the manager of the hotel. That has happened before, right? So don't see this as the only thing that you're going to do. It's just the first step in your move to America. Some other jobs, there's some heavier labor jobs, like doing concrete. These are probably suitable for younger people, who don't mind kind of working outside and working a bit hard. I used to enjoy doing that when I was a bit younger. This is in Georgia, in Savannah, Savannah, Georgia is usually considered one of the most beautiful cities in America. It's got a lot of history, lots of beautiful trees and parks. And so, yeah, this is a working job. You'll work 6 days a week. It's full time. There's benefits, like you get overtime pay, you get insurance. Yeah, so that's another example. Working in a kitchen in in a hotel. So that's those are kind of fun jobs. And again, all these jobs pay about $30,000 a year as a basic salary, but you'll get insurance. You get like dental insurance. All that is often included in your job. Here's another job in Memphis, Tennessee, operating a forklift. So working in in a warehouse, moving things around. Working as a nursing assistant in home care, or in elderly homes, taking care of elderly people. These jobs are good for people who like working with people. There's not a lot of requirements for it. They pay well. You get a lot of holidays. You have a lot of options for which hours of the days you want to work. And then there's working in warehouses. Just kind of taking notes or either moving things around, being a basic manager on the floor. And again, you can see in all of these jobs, these are bigger companies where there is room to move around into different sorts of positions. So, and that's the great thing about America is that American managers and businesses recognize people who work hard, and they want those people to succeed. So you're always able to move up in any job in America. Pallet repair, it's basically building those types of wood pallets that are used in warehouses and for shipping. Those jobs are located in around Texas. And again, Texas is a great place to live. It's a great place to start your life. Has a lot. It's very international. There's large Asian communities there. I'm in Vietnam, but Texas has a large Vietnamese community, and I would guess there's probably I guess there's an Indonesian community. I bet there's an Indonesia supermarket probably in Houston somewhere, and certainly an Indonesian restaurant. So yeah, Texas is a nice place. Lots of opportunity, not too expensive. So now that you know the type of jobs so now you know what it takes to qualify, and you probably qualify, and you've seen the jobs, and you think, well, it's I could probably do that job for a year, right? It's just a year, and it might lead to a new and better opportunity. So you know what it takes to get there. You know what kind of job you're going to do for about a year. Now, what does it cost? So the cost is $30,000 for the main applicant. So the main applicant is you, the person who's going to actually go to work at the job. And that includes all the government fees, all the legal work fees, all the consulting fees, the support on the ground when you get there, so that you have people there helping you out. And if for any reason we cannot get you through this program, you do not get on the other side of this with a permanent residency, we refund all of these fees. All except for $2,500, which is just mostly spent on government fees. In fact, we spend more than that on government fees, which is a basic admin fee that we keep. So we'd only keep $2,500, but all other fees would be refunded to you. So basically, we do not make money if you are not successful. So we stand by our process and our program. And we do offer. Oh, I want to just mention again. So, and part of that is this is a big deal. We have people in America to help you out. So we're not just gonna find a job for you and put you on an airplane and say goodbye and never see you again. We're gonna be there for months, helping you settle in. Do all the things you need to do. And the staff in America are quite excellent. They're very friendly. They really enjoy it when new people come. So it's because it's kind of helping them start their adventure. And then so there's the main applicant, that's $30,000. Then for each person in the family, it's an additional $3,000, which is really for the government fees and for your medical examinations and these sorts of things. So, but we have 3 different payment plans, to try to meet everyone's budget and make sure that everyone has access to this program, because that's what we're really interested in. We want everyone to have access. What we can do is we have at $30,000, you can make the first payment of $8,000, and then we have a monthly payment where you'll pay $2,000 a month for 11 months. We have you can make 3 different payments. You can make the first payment of $11,500. Then the second, basically right away, you sign an agreement. You have about 2 weeks to make that payment. Then then the second payment would be $12,000, and that would be 30 days before we actually submit your application to immigration services in America. So I would say that will probably be around 6 months from today. Say you started today, that'll probably be about 6 months. And then the final installment will be $6,500, and that will be 30 days after you receive approval. So, that final payment will probably be about 2 years from now, just say roughly 18 months, 2 years. Or you can just do a single fee. And for that, if you choose to do that, we give you a discount. So it'd be $28,000 that you would pay basically upon signing the contract with us. So we've tried to make a few different payment options to make it accessible to everyone. You know, because we really want everyone who wants to move to America and live the American dream to be able to do so. All right, so I think that's pretty much the basic introduction to the program. If it sounds simple or too good to be true, it's not. It really is a pretty simple process. It's and you know, it's not too good to be true. There's a lot of families who've done this. Tens of thousands of families from around the world do this every year. So you know, we hope that you're the next family. So with that, I will let Georgina take over and maybe summarize some of the things I said. And you know, if you have questions, we can answer some of those at the end. Thank you.